Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev. This is another rematch going in. I had picked Fiziev in this one.
Yeah, we were split on this card,
Yeah, we
dude.
were, and you did very well. Props to you, Will. Your boy here, not so much.
Yeah, well, it's usually the other way around, if
Can
we're
all be
being honest.
winners. Can all be winners, but I just there's so much up in the air for me on this one.
Yeah, really.
Fiziev had hurt his leg in his last fight. Uh,
Yeah,
Somewhat of a short notice, right? Taking on this
12
one.
days. You could
12
say that's pretty
days.
short.
Yeah. Justin Gaethje, his last fight was against Max Holloway, where he gets dropped in the last few seconds.
And
He
let's
is
not
on a
forget,
lot of posters
yes. Yeah, and
on
let's
the
not
opposite
forget,
end.
Fiziev, he tore his ACL or whatever he did, needed to get surgery. That was in 2023. So it's been a long time since we saw him in there. 12 days notice. Like you said, Gaethje was flatline KO'd his last fight. So there is a lot going into this to where it's like, well,
Yeah, and I was like, okay, am I going to take ACL recovery short notice? But Fiziev's always in fantastic shape, or are we going to
mhm,
go massive brain trauma? And I was like, you
yeah.
know what? Which one do I go with?
Hey,
I'll go with Fiziev.
for me, I'm like massive brain trauma, but it's Gaethje. They kind of go hand in hand. I'll stick with my boy. No,
With all due
um,
respect, Gaethje, you're an absolute warrior.
yeah, I love
Uh,
him.
is he ever
Uh,
in a boring fight? I don't think I've
no,
ever seen a boring Gaethje fight.
never, dude. I was yeah. Back in the day, I was watching him pre the Nick Newell fight. That was a coming out party for a lot of people because Nick Newell had a lot of eyes on him at the time. But World Series of Fighting, all that stuff, Gaethje was like on Access TV with Michael Chavello. Come on, dude. Those are the days, dude. But yeah, so Gaethje, even back then, it was always in bangers. But Fiziev
Absolutely.
started off this fight, I thought, in such an interesting, cool way because he's southpaw and Gaethje, Gaethje's gonna leg kick. You know he's gonna leg kick.
Yeah.
And if you're Fiziev, you're like, there's no way he expect takedowns from me, right? There's no way he's gonna expect a takedown. So the first leg kick he throws, he catches it, pushes him over, takes him down. And I was just like, holy shit. I did not expect that. Second leg kick does the same exact thing. We're like, what is happening?
Yeah, Gaethje though, his reaction on that one, what did he use, like butterfly guard as he's falling back and he kind of just
Well,
flips Fiziev over?
so the first one they end up actually on his back, right? And he literally just stiff arms him up and then moves him over and they get up. And I was like,
Brute
God
strength,
damn,
dude.
very
Brute
good wrestling
strength.
from Gaethje. And then the second one, to your point, because it's the same thing, he catches a leg kick, pushes him over with the free hand, he falls backwards, and then he just rolls over and just completely tosses him over. But as they're kind of flipping around, Fiziev reaches out with his legs and grabs him, pulls him in with his legs around the head, gets him into this reverse triangle, inverted triangle position. I respect Fiziev. I think he's so fun. He's such a cool fighter. This position right here, he could have finished the fight a couple of
Yeah.
different ways, and instead he just went, "I'll just punch him in the body or 12-6 elbow him to the ribs because that's who I am." He's the striker. He's a striker.
Yeah.
He had 3 submission opportunities here, and he didn't go for any of them.
He said, I ain't no punk.
He's like, "This I have him in a reverse triangle. All I need to do is lock." The hardest thing he could have done was go for the inverted triangle because the way
Yes.
his ankles were, he would need to really dig that left leg down deep to then pull his other shin up to his into the knee crevice and lock it up. But he could have done it. He could have
Armbar?
stepped over with that right leg
Yes.
to an armbar,
I thought that too.
or this right arm. So his left Gaethje's left arm in this picture is trapped in between the legs. It's up by his head. You can kind of see the hands, but it's basically in the lock, the leg lock.
Yes.
From Fiziev, that right arm is completely free. There's no defense. He literally could have
Kimura?
just grabbed that arm, isolated it. Kimura. He already has
Yeah.
he's stepped over the head already. That's the hardest part. Uh, he didn't even try.
Yeah. We were thinking about the exact same thing as we were watching this because I was like, man, I thought Gaethje's in serious trouble here
Me
because
too.
this
I
can
was
go in
like, oh
so many different ways. And Gaethje just kind of fell into this,
yeah,
and then he didn't.
yeah. He
Like,
just
was he?
attacked the body.
Which when it started happening, I was kind of cool with it at the same time because I was like, man, he has so many different ways to finish this right now. And he just
With
starts
spinning
going to the body. I
shoes.
was like, this is kind of like caveman, like brute force. Like, I
Dude,
like it.
that's
Just
Fiziev, dude.
let him have at it. Let him have at it. But
Fiziev's
look,
all about damage, dude. What are you gonna
for
try?
me,
Submission?
the difference was Gaethje's striking in that phone booth. right? When they get
And there was a
really
big
close up to each other,
yeah.
there was a couple of adjustments. So there was one where Gaethje slips. He kept on slipping to his right, ducking down to the
Oh,
right, over and over again.
bro.
On one of those, Fiziev lands the left knee,
Yeah.
hits Gaethje hard. Gaethje eats it for breakfast, right? There's another one where he kind of like goes with a high left kick,
Yeah.
but he didn't go all the way up. Fiziev didn't go all the way up. So Gaethje ducks down, and Fiziev comes down,
Right to
boom,
his
with the hard
face.
right down to his face. And I thought, okay,
Yeah.
these are really nice from Fiziev. But then Gaethje's head movement starts changing a little bit, as the second and third round go on, and he starts finding that right uppercut as
Which was a big
Fiziev's
deal in
kind
the
of,
first fight.
oh yeah. So, dude, such a fun fight. And I put down like how did I describe it? Artistic chaos
Yeah, dude.
is what I wrote down at the end because this is a banger, but it's not a
Oh, yeah.
sloppy banger by any
No,
means.
no.
It
But a
was
banger.
exciting. A banger nonetheless, dude. Uh, and both of these guys just such good technical striking. And it's wild but controlled. I don't know. Artistic chaos was the best thing I could come up with.
No, that's good. And, can we go back a couple pictures, Rich, really quick to the one with the high kick from Physique? Oh, perfect. Um, that's one thing that was a big. Gaethje's always done this. He's always dipped hard to his right side. You'd love to throw a jab at the same time, throw a dipping jab like BJ Penn style or something, but the man refuses to jab. Uh, it's crazy. But that dip to the right, and he loads up with like a big overhand all the time with that. But Fiziev clearly did his homework. Max Holloway did his homework and really exploited it. That's why he landed that turning sidekick that broke the nose of Gaethje in the first round, because he
Mm,
knows Gaethje dips his head like crazy like that. If I time the spinning back kick, it'll hit him in the face. And it was like a huge fight-changing moment, right?
yeah.
So Fiziev, like you said, the knee was beautiful on that dip. The high kick was beautiful on that dip. Uh, the right hand is good because if you can catch someone at the end of a dip, because if you dip as you're getting hit, you can kind of take some sting off that punch. But
Yeah.
if you catch somebody
As
post
you're
dip
trying to, come back up.
or at the end of that movement, that's not good. You don't want to be hit there. Gaethje did a great job of doing that and then rolling, grabbing that single collar, and then he can start pummeling that uppercut, which is fucking sick.
Yes. The collar
But
ties Blunderbub
yeah,
mentions there. So
yeah,
good.
single collar tie uppercut, favorite section fighting. Blunderbub, the best example is Chris Lieben versus Wanderlei Silva. 32-second
Mm.
knockout for Chris Lieben, where he just single collar tie and just uppercuts the hell out of him until he collapses. Um, yeah, beautifuful chaos from Cub Swanson. But
That does sound better than artistic chaos. But that's what I was trying to get at. Yes.
yeah, um, Fiziev in a traditional clinch, not just a single collar tie, but full on clinching, his knees to the body are so sharp, dude. It might be my favorite body knees in the clinch in the UFC right now. Oliveira is very good as well, but and Cowboy Cerrone used to be very good back in the day. But Fiziev, when he rips knees to the body in the clinch, dude, it doesn't make any sense. The fast twitch, the time it takes, it's like 3 frames. It's like he's planted, second frame, the knees landing, third frame, it's already back down. It's crazy. It's so fast and so sharp. Um,
Oh,
but
man.
but you're not going to outdog Gaethje. It's not going to happen.
Nope.
And ultimately, Gaethje just kept on him, like you said, made great adjustments. Uh, Dropped him with that uppercut in round 2 after losing round 1, and then round 3. The first part of round 3, I thought Fiziev was working really well. He's back southpaw. And he blasts like 4 body kicks in a row. Gaethje just eating him to the gut. And I was like, dude, even if you're fine, you can't just. This is a close
Yeah.
fight. You
You
can't
can't just
just be
keep eating
taking
those.
these. But Gaethje just put on the pressure, started landing some big shots. The big difference in this fight for me too was Fiziev, I think, is the better striker in the clinch, but Gaethje striking into the clinch and striking on the exit from the clinch
Mm.
was very good, dude. Because he started landing that big right hand where he pushes you off and then throws that right hand like a weird clubbing shot, and it's just
Yeah.
fucking beautiful. Great fight.
Big win for Gaethje, though. Big win for Gaethje. And then I love the respect at the end.
Oh
And then
wait,
when they ask if there will be a trilogy,
yeah,
and Gaethje says, "We don't want to do that to our families, man." Every time
yeah.
they go to war, it's an absolute war. So
Yeah, and he said the same thing about the Dustin trilogy. Um, but this right here, I don't know how Fiziev took. I talk about striking on the exit of clinching. Gaethje separates the clinch and throws this high kick they're standing right
From
next to each
super
other.
close.
How did he get his leg over the shoulder? I don't know, but he kicked him right in the back of the head, and Fiziev just was unfazed by it. And I saw in the post-fight press conference the same thing. Gaethje's like, "Yeah, like I hit him with that uppercut, but no way that was harder than the fucking head kick that I landed at the clinch. Like, dude ruined a highlight reel with that." It's so
Yeah,
funny.
so much respect for each other, though. And he even said, man,
Yeah,
for this dude to go all 3 rounds at that pace on 12 days'
yeah,
notice, absolute
crazy.
warrior. Props to Fiziev. His stock for me goes up.
Yeah, this is the win-win for him. If he
Yeah.
comes out here and beats Gaethje,
I
obviously
think he
that's
came in
huge.
ranked
But
11th.
ranked 11th on 12 days notice. It's the last time he fought was in 2023 where he
And he
tore his
goes to
ACL
war.
mid-fight. Yeah, so yeah, what are we
I
even
love
talking
it.
about? It's great.
All right.
Can't wait to see him
All
fight
right.
again.
Hey, everybody. Romero and Will here. Thank you for watching that short clip. Just so you know, that was a small excerpt from what we covered this last Sunday. Right, Will?
Yeah, we cover the entire event every weekend. So this was just a cutout from the live stream that we did. The link to that live stream is in the description. So if you want to hear about the other fights that night, it's down below in the description. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell because we go live every Sunday to cover events. And if you do that, you'll know for next week and you can tune in and be in the chat and get featured on the show just like everybody else was on this clip.
We hope to chat with you live.